Hey there and happy Friday, everyone. Hopefully you guys are done working maybe for the week and ready to kick back and just relax over the weekend. Maybe you have fun planned, and maybe it's fun that you have no plans. So however you do it, just have a great time. I'll probably be stamping and doing a live presentation tomorrow so that I can get card number 10 out for you guys. And my goal is, you know, to not, how do I want to say, to end up using like all of my celebration ideas in my head for you guys with a couple days to spare before celebration ends, because celebration ends the 28th. And I so appreciate that I'm still getting calls and emails, you know, to place orders and that things are still in stock. And I'm also excited that people are doing it today instead of waiting till Monday in case things aren't in stock. So you have about 3 days left to get free bundle, or not bundles, but free products at a $50 level or $100 level. Or if you go big and want to get to 300 as a solo or as a group of friends to get the Calming Camellia, that's still going for 3 more days. Or even if you want to sign up to get the discount, be a happy shopper, be on my team, or if you want to do this, maybe not as, you know, like full-time as I do, but just, you know, to add a little extra income. You have 3 days to do that through celebration. But let me show you card number 9, guys. I've got a few people on here. It looks like Carol and Pam. And let's see, oh, maybe if I can get to my video here, I can maybe see who's all here. And Rosina too. There we go. Okay. There might be more, but I'm just going to set this down so I don't waste your time. I just always like to make sure that it's up and running though, so that I can see comments or questions, because you guys always are good about that. I love today's color combination. Love it, love it, love it. Today was one of those days too where things weren't coming together. I went to bed putting this in my mind, and it's kind of hard sometimes to put a card together with no products while laying in bed before you go to sleep. So today I woke up and it didn't turn out at all like what I thought, but the colors are there. And so gray and yellow are one of my favorite color combinations. And I want to show you some of the products from Celebration and some of the mini catalog items too. So let me turn my camera around, and yeah, I'm probably not going to remember or show you everything that didn't make it into or onto the card, because there was a lot of, oof, that doesn't look right, times 25. Hi there, Jody. And so, like I said, today I love yellow and gray. I always feel like the gray gets so soft with yellow, and I'm using like about 3 different colors of yellow maybe today, but it's really coming together and blending and coordinating better than I thought. My original was to put some black, either like just kind of matting the yellow and have this piece as a black, but it almost looked too much like a cauldron, and just kind of just too dark for the yellow. And then finally, when I started to put more gray in there, I liked how it came together. But that's how it is, and that's what you're going to get to see. So where these things are found in the mini catalog here, if you flip to page 30, you'll see the Bloom Where You're Planted. Hi there, Carla. And previously I've used like the boots and the greenery and the tulips. Today I'm going to use the pot and the little seed packet and the flowers here, as well as right here, that sentiment. So that's on page 30 of the mini catalog, so you can see that. Now the fun papers here are from Celebration. So I'm going to kind of have that in the background. But if you look at Celebration, if you have this brochure here, hello there, Lisa. On page 8, we've got the Sunshine and Rainbows paper. Hi, Lois. And so I was looking through this and I went, oh, you know what? On the back side here of this bright paper is this really soft paper. So it's kind of like a so saffron color there. And I thought, let's pull that in. So even though this is really bright, look how soft that is for our card today here. Hi, Lois. Hi, Connie. And then for the other paper that I'm pulling in is that Simply Marbelous. And you guys are loving this Simply Marbelous. You know what my favorite part about Celebration is, besides free product, is seeing what you guys like for free product. So a lot of you have liked the Marbelous paper, and even though there's just 3 days left, none of the stamp sets, the papers, anything, nothing has sold out yet, which is exciting. So when people order, I feel like all the celebration choices that people want, they're still able to get, and that's exciting to me. So I am using this. I almost thought about using this side to do kind of the swirly background there. And then I'm using actually this, which looks pretty wild. Doesn't that look kind of wild? But you would never guess I stamped the pot and the seed packet on this wild paper. And I even stamped it on that side, not the calmer side. So it's kind of fun just to add a little bit more onto there. So that's where that's coming from too. So let me get that out of the way. And like I said, I'll kind of just show you some of my takes that didn't work as I go along, if I remember, just so that if you're thinking, you know what, I have this or that and it might work, then if I show you, you might go, gosh, I don't like that. There's a lot of things I didn't like when I was putting it together. Okay, so let me start by just doing my stamping here, so that way I can just do my cutting with my die cut machine right away too. This is a photopolymer stamp set, so I'm going to get out my Stamp and Pierce mat. I couldn't think of the name of this thing. Okay, so I just have this little piece of white. Lisa, look, I'm using a little white scrap, and I'm going to open up my Bumblebee ink pad. So that's one of the yellow color choices, was the Bumblebee. And I like kind of the golden. It didn't get too dark, and it's not too light, so it's like perfect for today's card. So I'm going to ink up the little bouquet of flowers here in the Bumblebee. So you can see that it has kind of different shades. Some of it still, I'm going to try and get some more light on there. Some of it is, yes, Lisa's laughing at me because I'm using up scraps, but I love it. It's a good feeling. It's kind of like cleaning out your closet. Okay, so you can see some of it's still white, some of it's shaded in different areas. And because of that, I'm not even going to color this in, but I'm going to show you what it does look like if it's colored in a little bit. So that will get cut out. And then, like I said, the Marbelous paper for the smoky slate, I'm choosing kind of the wilder side here, and I don't think it got too wild. I was kind of surprised. So let me ink up the little, I call it a clay pot, but I'm not going to have it be a typical clay color. So I'm going to ink that up in basic gray, and you can kind of see that it shades kind of down the middle of it. And when you look at the stamp, like some of this isn't the paper, some of this is the ink, so that's how that is. And then the cute little seed packet here, I was really debating about adding another color into our scheme of color. I'm gonna see if that works. I wasn't sure if it's gonna be too close. We'll see. But I kind of like the gray for kind of the monochromatic too. So I'm just going to put that on there like so. And then I think we are ready to use the cut and emboss machine. I'll kind of just set this aside, but you can kind of see my color combination here that I've got with the Marbelous paper, some yellows, grays, and whites and such. Okay. And let me, oops, there's my little mini cutting plate. Top. Okay, my room's not that big. Where did it go? This is not funny, guys. It ricocheted off my foot. And how come I can't find, oh, there it is. It went behind my tiny little trash. I was like, where's my cutting plate? Okay. And so I think I'll run this through first. And so the dies that I'm going to use here are, oh, I need to cut that too. All right, I almost forgot about that. Hi there, Pam. Hi, Jill. So part of the bundle is the Rain Boots dies. So this cuts out the flowers, this cuts out the pot, and this cuts out the seed packet. You can see there's all sorts of fun stuff in here. The big watering can, little tulle, the greenery, tulips, rain boots, and then that nice little border. So that's in there like so. And then I'm just going to line this up quick and run that through. And got this, and like I said, just cuts that out so perfect. Love that. So that's done. And then I'm going to bring this one back, and probably will have to, because I stamped it so close, I was like, okay, let's see how I can use up the paper. But then I think it has to be cut separate as I go through with my die cut because of that. So how fun is that to put that on that paper? Hi there, Joyce. Good to have you on here. Let me put that down, and then I'll sneak that back and just cut out the little seed packet here on this. And then I just have one more. I was looking at my images, but I still need just a little piece of my smoky slate here. Okay, so here's a little seed packet like that. And it's just fun how it takes on that marbled. I didn't know if this, because I forgot about cutting this, I didn't know if this would be too big. This piece is basic gray cut 3. That does work. And I'm just going to put this die, and this is from the Tasteful Labels dies. So when you see all the fun Tasteful Labels here, I know a lot of you guys have this. I do need a new cutting plate. Yes, Lisa. So I have it on my list to order over the weekend. But yeah, every day I use it, I feel like my little crack gets more further and further in. But I feel like, okay, I've got my big machine as a backup. But I wanted to make sure that I got through the end of the month with my demonstrations to know what else I needed to order. But you know me, I'll probably order and then order again like within the next day, because that's me. Oh, yes. Thanks, Joyce, for letting me know that you got that, because then it's like, oh, this is exciting. Then I feel like I'm helping you. So I have this piece that I cut out of the middle. So I'm actually going to use both this piece as a layering piece and then this too. So hopefully, Joyce, you get some good ideas, because I used it earlier this month and now again here. All right, so now we have all these pieces to put together, and what I think I might start with is this little piece here. And I'm going to off camera, I have, well, I should show you. This is what failed. Like I have all these pieces here that I didn't like. So as I was building my flower, like I said, I had it on black because I thought, man, that'll really pop in a really fun way. And I brought in some black cardstock, but I felt like this, like I said, looked too dark. It almost looked like a cauldron. And even as I was putting it on this, then it was like just way too black for that kind of nice yellow. And so then this got scratched. So that, you know, was taken away, and then I felt better about it. But let me put the little pot here on my little Tasteful Labels die, so we can start building that. And I'll pop this up. But okay, so you see this, but these are also the parts that didn't make the cut. I thought it would be fun to stamp with black ink on this Marbelous paper. So I stamped it on the bold side, and that's what this looks like. It looked too 4th of July-ish for me or something. It looked like it was trying to be a flag. And I'm like, no, we're not having a flag. And then I thought, okay, I will do it on, then instead of this wild side, I'll do it on the lighter side. And then this is what came about. But then I felt like it was almost too white, and it looks like it sat in my mailbox and got rained on, and then the color bled out of it. Not good. And then I thought, okay, let's stamp it on bumblebee paper on black ink. And there again, it's like, whoa, that just wasn't the look I was trying to achieve for my card. And then I said, okay, we will stamp it out with bumblebee ink, and then use some blends on it and some like soft suede for the colors. And then it just, because I put blends over ink and it's usually meant to go with Memento, it just kind of washed that out. Didn't like that. And if you're still with me, I thought, well, let's just go a little bit lighter. So I did basic gray flowers to ink that up, and then did some blends on there. That was a little bit better, but not my favorite. And then this was stamped black ink, whoops, on white cardstock, colored in with daffodil blends, still just too dark. And I went, okay, we're gonna make it as simple as possible. And this is where you go, simple is good. Okay, so I just stamped this, like you saw, on Bumblebee ink, or with Bumblebee ink on basic white. And that is what made me happiest right there. So I'm just going to put a couple dimensionals on the back side here of my flowers, and I'm going to put that here on. And I just kind of like I made sure when I put my dimensionals that I kind of put them towards the top here, so that I could just kind of put them on top of my little flower pot and not have it be bumped up. So they're going to be the same level there, like that. Okay, so we've got that, if you're still following with me. And then I can go to my my layering, and I'm just going to take this. So this is from the Sunshine and Rainbows celebration paper, comes 6x6. So I just trimmed off, like, from the 6x6, just this little 3/4 inch, no, actually just a 1/2 inch strip to make this excuse me, come down to 5.5, and then I cut it in half, so it's 3 by 5.5. So for each 6x6 sheet, you'll be able to make 2 cards. And I'm just going to put my adhesive on here, like so. And yesterday I did this trick and liked it, and so today I'm going to do that same thing. And I shouldn't say yesterday I liked it, I've always liked this. I'm butting up my card up against this little lip here on my trimmer. There's just like an 1/8 inch bump up, and then I can see where my crease is, my score line. And then when I press this up against the top, then I don't have to worry if it's going crooked or hanging off or anything. That's one of my favorite things that I love to do to get really good paper placement on my card fronts, when it is an exact measurement. A lot of times I'll do, like, my card base is 4.25 by 5.5. A lot of times I'll do this 4 by 5.25. Well, then you're just centering it, so that works out pretty well. And then next, I'm going to put this on here, and that's not going to get popped up. I'm just going to put my adhesive on there and just kind of center that like so. And this is where I kind of went crazy too. I thought, okay, let's take this from the Tasteful Labels, which this is, and bring in from the Celebration Special Moments, like Hello Sunshine. Well, then that got too dark for that. I didn't like that. Or I thought, how about Live Life in Full Bloom? Same thing. It just kind of felt like the black looked really dingy on the Bumblebee and just too dark. Yeah, Jody, I use that idea all the time. And I always feel like if I have something like that, that's helpful, especially some adhesives really stick and you don't want that to try and pull up. And then another thing I did was basic gray on the Bumblebee. And I thought I'll just, set it off here. That wasn't my favorite either. It was just like it was clashing or something. But then I'm like, if I can add some softness on here, I'm going to do that. So I ended up with Smoky Slate, and I'm going to ink up my sentiment here, Rain or Shine, I'm Here for You. Actually, let me punch that first. And I'm inking that up in the basic gray. But this is the Banners Pick-a-Punch, and usually I like to do the banner that goes this way. This time I'm going to do the opposite, have it going out. And this is a 3/4 inch strip, so I'm going to feed that in. And this is the little scrap that comes out at the end. It's not a big scrap, but keep that in mind, because when you are cutting things, then you have to kind of allow for that when you are cutting and measuring, if you have that. Okay, so let me ink that up again in basic gray, and I'm just going to center that on here. Rain or Shine, I'm Here for You, there. And then I'm just going to cut that straight across with my scissor, like so. Get rid of those ugly failures there. Okay, and then this I'm going to pop up. Here's my dimensionals. I'm going to put about 3 of those across the back of this sentiment here. And then that's ready to add to my Marbelous paper up towards the top. I'm going to just make it flush with that side. So we have this tiny little kind of card front coming together here. And then all I need to do is just add this piece, and we're going to cover up the part that we cut out, because at first I liked the idea of just matting that and putting it on there. And I'm like, oh, you know what? All's right with the world when I put yellow and gray together. But then I'm like, you know what? I do like the idea of an offset. I just felt like it just added a little bit more like character to the card. So when I kind of just tilted this, I didn't want it, I always make sure like I can use as much possible going off, but not going, or going to the edge, but not going off. And then this, I wanted to kind of keep flush, or not flush, but matched up with this edge so that we didn't have too much going on. And then I went, you know what, it just showcases more of the gray like so, and I liked that. It just seemed to kind of make this flow a little bit easier into there. So I like that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut off this little edge of my seed packet and put a dimensional. I'm just going to put a dimensional at the top and have this just kind of going down. So having one dimensional on there, it kind of wants to just lay a little bit flat. So that's going to kind of go off to the side like that. And as far as accessorizing this, thanks Pam, I started with some of the brass butterflies, and I was going to just have like a couple of them coming up here, and you know, brass, it kind of looks gold like on there on the yellow. I thought, well, that'll be good. But actually it just, because I think I had the gray, it kind of looked a little too clashy. It wasn't my favorite, and I really thought that would be a good thing. And so I just went and dialed back to simple. Hi, Amy. Hi, Tammy. Thanks so much. And my simple fix is the metallic pearls, which come in the silver and the gold here. And I'm just going to take a couple of these. You guys know, usually I do an odd number. I'll pick 3 to make it appealing to the eye, but I really liked just adding 2 little metallic pearls into that little space. And I'm like, all of a sudden the card just seems anchored and complete by doing that little touch there. I liked that. And then for the inside, I'm just going to take that same bundle of flowers again and ink them up, whoops, in Bumblebee. Here's my stamping mat. And I'm just going to re-ink and stamp just that little bundle in the inside, because with the sentiment rain or shine, I'm here for you. It's just like a nice little encouragement card to send to somebody. So I don't want to go too over the top with limiting what I put inside for how you can use it. So with that, I'm just going to put that on the inside of my card to complete it. And this card base, I don't know if I even told you that, this is so saffron, even though the ink I'm using is the Bumblebee. I just wanted a little bit bolder ink, and I felt like the So Saffron being the same as this, it just kind of calmed down the other colors, even though this is Bumblebee here, and it just made everything kind of look softer. And so, yeah, like I said, I had a lot of failures. So if you want to rewatch the video to see what not to do, I kind of brought those out. But I was really overall pleased with how it came together and such too. So that is card number 9 for you guys heading into your weekend. Let me get my camera turned around. And whoops, my base almost like went down again. All right, so 9 out of 10 done. Thank you, Lisa. Hi, Jane. Good to see you on here. So that's 9 out of 10. Like I said, tomorrow at some point, I will come back to you guys with card number 10, and that will be then the complete set of the cards. And so I've been busy stamping away because you guys, with it being celebration, keep ordering. So I keep you know, every day I'm like, oh, I've got more cards to make, which is a good problem. And especially when it's February and really cold still, it's like, what else is there to do but stamp inside, right? All right, so how you can get my set of 10 cards that I've been making for this set is you can place a minimum $75 order using this host code. And if you have problems with ordering or just aren't comfortable with that, contact me and I will help you order for you. And we can get that sorted through, but just remind me to use this hostess code because I still have a couple other hostesses that haven't closed their party. And so if you'd rather order through their party, I still have Dawn Earlbeck order, her party is open, and Deb Warwick. So if you want to order through them, you can do that using their host codes too. Oh, and Tori's Wi-Fi held up the whole time in sunny Louisiana. Who knew? Okay, the other thing is you can just say, hey, Belle, love the cards. I want all 10, and then it's $25, and you can do that too. I had somebody do that this afternoon. She sent me money through Venmo, all taken care of. So that is kind of it for tonight, I think. Thank you, Connie. Yeah, I'm ready for spring cards, so it was kind of fun to put that together. See you guys tomorrow afternoon. Take care. Bye-bye.